Hey, welcome back to Life is Strange Before the Storm. Today we're gonna look at the journal entries for episode 3 before going into the alternate choices. So this is based off the playthrough that you can find on my channel. Okay, May 8th, 2010. Max. I used to think the strangest thing about the Ambers was how normal they were. They seemed like a bad 90s sitcom family, and I did my best to play the part of the wacky yet lovable best friend. Yes, I did tag a newspaper picture of James on the fridge, but only because his face looked so stupid. The goal was to get in and out of there without causing a scene, so we can make our escape. About that, turns out Rachel couldn't sit back and let her cheating father act all high and mighty. I tried to distract her and remind her of our goal. It almost worked. Then Rachel snapped. I guess she just can't stand the lying anymore. She told her mom about James making out with that woman. Everyone started yelling, and the next thing I knew, Rachel was going full destruction, Destructicon, on the table. That's when the truth finally came out. Rachel's mom is not her mom. Rachel's real mom is the makeup woman. Mind is blown. Yeah, I don't think this entire game, I don't know why they place so much importance on the biological mother. So much that they always call her the real one, and I think that's one of the weakest points about the story in Before the Storm 2. Back when Rachel found out about her dad cheating, she never really once thought about the whole issue from the point of view of her mom. Cause definitely, in that situation, I feel like you would be standing or siding with your mother, but that was not a thing. She was just thinking about how hurt she was that her dad ruined everything. Chloe, the wacky yet lovable. Max, when you think about it, it's kind of amazing that anyone ever trusts anybody about anything. Take the stars, for example. We learn all these things about them in school, but no one bothers to tell us the most important fact of all. Some of them are dead. Yet somehow, Rachel trusts me with the most important thing in her world, finding her real mom. Again. She didn't ask me right away. At first, she didn't even want to talk. It was kinda like the junkyard a couple of days ago, but this time, I didn't freak out on her. I gave her space. Here's something you never learned, Max. When someone you care about is hurting, you do anything you can to be there for her. Oh my god. Even if that means making the stars shine in her bedroom. That's how I got Rachel to open up and ask me about finding her mom. I told her, I think I can do it. If I can reach Frank and get the truck running, we have a chance. Chloe, conjurer of stars. Before you can see the light, you have to deal with the darkness. What was the picture on the previous one? Destructicon? Alright. Oh my god, they make it sound like a freaking heist here, with the blueprint of the house and all. Max, I think I want a tattoo. Yeah, I know, it's permanent, right? But that's the thing though, it's not. Not really, because we're not permanent at all. Funny how much simpler life seems when you keep that in mind. Like my hair. I wanted to see what it would look like blue, so I did. It looks awesome. One day, I'ma get all blue, and if I don't like it then, so what? It'll all follow eventually. See how that works? Yeah, that's a little bit different from a tattoo. You know what else isn't permanent? David. The fucker searched my room when I was away, and then gave the world's lamest apology. He tried to connect with me about his dead friend, which, fine, A for effort I guess. Eventually, I got out of there and headed to the garage, which David is transforming into his own personal asshole cave. At least I got what I came for, Dad's toolbox. I bet he would have liked the idea of me using his tools to fix a ride. Off to the junkyard to see if I can get that truck working. I know it's far from permanent, but here's hoping that beast has a little more life in it. Chloe, the impermanent marker. Rip William. Max, you ever notice how people in hospitals are always whispering? I think it's because hearing our own voices makes everything feel much more real, somehow, like writing it down. Weird how, only a few hours ago, I was the one bringing something broken back to life. I snagged one of David's car manuals and fixed up the truck. I took it for a joyride around the junkyard before Rachel showed up. We chatted for a bit, then shit got crazy. And by crazy, I mean Damon Merrick, the psychopath who's super interested in Rachel's bio mom and dad for some reason. He and Frank arrived, demanding to know what we were doing. Before we could find out why, he pulled out a knife and stabbed Rachel. I might have been able to stop him if I acted quicker, but I just froze. If it weren't for Frank. Oh, that's a completely normal reaction. A blazing car ride later, and I'm here, at the hospital. Wishing I could make myself believe this isn't really real. Chloe, the much too real. P.S. I hope Frank's okay. Oh, Frank is more than okay. Beans. Max. I don't think you can know how you feel about someone until you almost lose them. Until you sit in a hospital waiting room, frozen in place, yet somehow falling, silently, desperately pleading to hear their voice, touch their hand, make them laugh. Then you know. It was weird being with Rachel's dad, and actually, kinda nice. We were on the same team suddenly, and none of the other shit mattered. I think I can see why Rachel loves him. Gotta check in on Drew, spend some time with him and Mikey. I even cheered Drew up by stealing his pudding. Win-win. After what felt like forever, Rachel woke up. Even with everything that's happened, she's still focused on finding her mother. So I am too. Here's the plan. I'm going to dig around James's office, find whatever I can about her, and track her down so they can meet. I don't care how tough it might be. Chloe, the bounty hunter. Bad something bad from back from the dead, maybe? Starring Rachel Amber. That's definitely a zombie. That's not even a hand drawing anymore. So are you telling me that Chloe has been printing posters out? Max. I'm starting to think that lying is contagious. One lie leads to another, and before you know it, there's an epidemic. Case in point, Rachel's dad. Remember when I told you all about how he lied to Rachel, but then the truth about her mom came out? Yeah, about that. I guess the hardcore security should have tipped me off. No, because he's the DA and he has a lot of confidential documents. Seems pretty normal to me. I managed to break into his desk. That's when the lies started to pour out. I found letters from Sera to Rachel. Letters James never showed her, never mentioned. And the checks James has been sending to Sera? Bullshit. She's been sending them back. This lying asshole has been working with Damon fucking Merrick of all people. I had to lie too by pretending to be James. It was crazy. I burned actual evidence, which means I should probably burn this journal too. Then I read it out. One of the skeevy guys who harassed me at the fireworks show. Serves him right. Finally, I found a stack of money that Damon's been waiting for James to give him in exchange for hurting Sera, I think. How can people be so fucked up? I don't think he wanted to hurt her, right? Because the text, if I remember right, it specifically said don't hurt her. So maybe he just wanted to scare her away from town? I almost wish I could forget about everything I found today. Almost. Because now I know where Sera is, and nothing will stop me from getting to her. Chloe, liar of lies. Max, you know that poem that goes something like, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. And fire is supposed to be desire, and ice is supposed to be hatred? Yeah, put me down for one of each. Oh, I think that's also the poem that the Song of Ice and Fire comes from, the title. Elliot followed me to Rachel's house. Turns out he's been, I don't know, watching me? Or at least paying close attention to what I've been up to with Rachel. And he does not approve. Yeah, cause he gets to choose, right? I honestly had no idea Elliot had this side to him. He truly hates Rachel. At one point, he literally refused to let me leave until I saw the truth about her. He was psycho rage angry. I was afraid. And I also didn't have time to talk to him, so I got the bright idea to secretly call 911 when he wasn't looking. And it actually worked. I was able to tip the cops off to what was happening. Then when they showed up, I ran off. Poor Elliot will have to answer to them, but also fuck him. Truth is, I almost feel bad for Elliot. He made the terrible decision to become obsessed with me. I just have way more important shit to deal with right now. Chloe, evader of creepos. Oh. You know, at the end of the day, Chloe is still kind of a caring person for the select amount of people, and Elliot, I think, was one of them, even though I don't know if he deserves any of her caring about him after what he did, because it was seriously creepy. And we actually got the cops to come fine, but if we didn't, I don't even want to imagine what would have happened then, because he was getting violent. Not cool. Max. So that thin line between real life and dream life I've been telling you about, I think it just disappeared. I saw my dad again, but this time I was awake. At least, I think I was. One moment I was speeding along in my truck, and the next moment I was standing in a burned out forest, talking to my dad. I wanted to know if he'd ever lied to me, the way James did to Rachel, but he couldn't tell me. I suppose that's one advantage dead people have over us. If dreams can blend with reality, then I guess nightmares can too. That's exactly what the mill feels like now. Frank's RV is here, smeared with blood. I really hope Frank's okay, but I have to get to Rachel's mom. I don't know what I'll find, but I have to. For Rachel. Chloe, the unreal. Good lord. Max, I failed. I was unable to save Rachel's mom. Instead, I had to watch Damon Merrick stab a heroin needle into her neck, see the color drain from her face, the hope from her eyes, and there was nothing I could do about it. I should probably be dead, but Frank showed up. Attacked Damon, if you can believe. I don't know what happened after that. I got knocked out and woke up to find Sera sitting there. She seemed desperate to talk to me, but she didn't want to talk about Rachel or meeting her. She only cared about one thing, convincing me to lie to Rachel about her dad and pretend I never found her. I desperately tried to change her mind, to tell her that Rachel needs her. No matter what I said, Sera held strong to her argument that Rachel must never know about James. And now I have to decide what to tell Rachel. What would you do, Max? You can't answer, I know. You don't exist. You're a lie I've used to avoid reality, to keep living in the past. And maybe that's okay? But I don't think I want to live in the past anymore. I want to be in the present, with Rachel, no matter what happens next. Goodbye, Max. Chloe. Oh my god, I wish Frank killed Damon earlier, cause making someone addicted again, that's like the highest order of messed up you can be. Caulfield. The silhouette of Max. And that's that. Goodbye, Max. Oh, man. I think last time we still had Sera. What can you say about a woman so mysterious her own daughter never heard of her until now? From what James told us, Sera is a drug addict who got herself mixed up in all sorts of crazy shit. And by drugs, I mean OD, and ended up dead in an alleyway drugs, not smoke a bowl and watch anime. When Rachel was a baby, Sera would get high when she was supposed to be looking after her. Things got so fucked up that James finally had to take Rachel away. The funny thing is, even as James talked about all the horrible things Sera had done, he still seemed, I don't know, fixated, I guess. You could see the power she had over him. Actually, when he was talking about how beloved and magnetic Sera used to be, I couldn't help but think of Rachel. I wonder if James sees that too. Maybe it's what makes him so afraid of her. Anyway, now Sera is in Arcadia Bay, looking to meet Rachel. After years of taking James's money to stay away, suddenly she wants a relationship with her daughter. James seems skeptical, and Rachel... I can't even imagine what Rachel must be going through. I wish we got to know her a little bit more beyond that one little conversation at the end, but I guess that was that. Anyway, we also have the journal entry in the dream sequence. Ooh, what the hell? Blackwell players present, in association with the Prescott Foundation, Keep on Truckin', oh my god. Starring William Price, Chloe Price, truck driver. An original production, written and directed by Maxine Caulfield. Oh, come on. Cast and crew bios in memorandum, Bongo the Cat. Artist statement, Maxine Caulfield, Prescott Foundation mission statement, Jesus. Blackwell Theatre, summer lineup, dedications, stage manager, Stephanie Gendrich. Producer, Travis Keaton. Nope, this is the same. Texts. Oh my god. Ugh. Chloe, I'm so high right now. Why didn't you tell me drugs were so awesome? Chloe, can you lend me some money? I really need another hit. Please. That was the morning that she didn't come home yet, 2 a.m. Rachel. Chloe? I have something to tell you. I've been dead for millions of years. Whoa, okay, I didn't need this one. Cause, you know, it's... Oh, God, no, I didn't need that one. Dad. From 2008. Yeah, that's the same date, right? I think that's the date of the accident, or the time of the accident. Chloe, have you seen the rest of my script? I swear I had it a minute ago. Shit. These sequences, I feel like they go for the shock factor a lot. Which I guess is okay, but that kind of makes me sad too, cause is that also saying that every time Chloe goes to sleep, she never gets a good night of sleep and always thinks about these nightmarish things? That's pretty sad. I don't think the real life portion where Dad appeared, right before the mill, had extra journal entries. So this is it for the journal entries, which I do appreciate. I appreciate that they exist, and they give a little bit of an insight to what Chloe is really like that they didn't have time or the space to show on screen within the scenes. So yeah, that's something that I'm really glad they kept going from the first game to this game. And we will be back for the alternate choices. See you soon.